Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Adam.
I'm Ben.
And welcome to FilmBusters.
FilmBusters. I'm still drinking through a straw, people. My front teeth are still on edge.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
What's our first segment again? I've forgotten. We haven't done this in a while.
It's Ben's teeth segment. We check in on my dental hygiene.
We do that when we record at 2:30 because that's the best joke in the industry.
It's a very good one.
Before we start anything, I just want to say that we've still got a competition going at the moment. It ends on the 31st of May, so there's not much time left. But just go on Twitter, retweet and like the Avengers post.
Could you just extend it? Because the
Avengers Infinity
DVD
War
didn't come out for ages.
We've set a
We could just
date,
extend
Adam,
it.
and we're going to stick to it.
It won't come out till like September. We might as well just extend it.
No, we're going to stick to it, Adam.
Everyone is waiting eagerly to get their steelbook.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not going to up the release time. It's not going to come forward because they're not. Avengers aren't waiting for us to finish our competition before they release.
Ain't nobody
much
want that
sass.
steelbook anyway.
There's so much sass.
I'm actually going to enter it, so I win it, and then I get my money back.
That's the way it works.
Yes, it 100% worked that way. Right, shall we do the question game? Ben, you're on 30. Adam, you're on 30. And I am on 28.
Lovely. How many questions are you going to ask us now, though?
I've got 2.
No, more.
I've only got 2. I've only brought 2 along.
Make one up. Okay, you asked the well thought out, well written questions that were already done by the good people who make calendars.
Yes. Are you ready? The first movie given the word blockbuster was which movie?
Adam, Jaws.
Ben,
he
King
got
Kong.
it. He got it. Adam got it.
How do you know
Well
that?
done, Adam.
Because it's easy. It's like common knowledge.
No.
Don't you know that,
Yeah.
Ben? It's common knowledge. You're not common enough.
I know. You had to be one of the common people. You've got to be like common people like you know. I want to sleep with common people like you, Adam. Enough of that. How on earth did you know that? That's not common knowledge.
Because it's like, it is well known.
Bullshit in your ass.
Well, did you not know that then?
No, I didn't. I said King Kong.
Oh, you're an idiot then. You fool.
I said
alright.
the original King Kong, the black and white one.
It's all right. You have time to make this up.
The hell
on
I
the second
do.
question.
Adam's winning.
You can go back to drawing if you get this question right, Ben.
Boo, here's harumph.
First one to chime in. Here we go. Charlie Chaplin insured which part of his body?
Adam, moustache.
Wrong.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, fuck. Jesus, man. Charlie Chaplin insured which part of his body? His hands?
Wrong!
I'm going to say
that means
legs,
it's a
even though we
point
don't have
for
enough.
me. It's a point for me.
Is it legs?
What
though,
is
Paul?
it?
It's his feet.
What
They
was so
like-
good about his
they
feet?
They like going sideways, don't they? You like
Anyway.
walking like a penguin.
Listen, it does feel... The moustache is one of those silly answers because on the surface, immediately, you think, yeah, moustache, but A, that's not a body part. And B, what if he just shaved it off? What does that mean? The insurance policy is null and void because he
He's
shaved
lost
his moustache
it. It's
off.
gone.
He got all his money back when Hitler
Got all his
came
money
along and
back because he
copied
shaved it off. Shit, man, that's terrible.
That's
for
the
me.
answer. Yeah.
Well done, boys.
One in it all between us now.
Yeah. Ben's on 30, Adam's on 31, and I'm on 29.
I want 2 more questions.
I ain't got them.
What's our next segment now? Is it news?
Yes,
don't
we're
know.
going to the news.
Dinner news.
Yes, all of that.
Dinner news.
Excuse me, can you pass me that newspaper from over there? I want to know what's going on at the pictures. Thank you.
All we have is news about Star Wars, which is kind
Yay.
of fitting.
Is this about the Boba Fett?
There's loads of stuff. It's all about the sequels. People have been talking about the Obi-Wan movie, which they've been talking about for ages apparently, and Ewan McGregor's well up for doing it.
He's kind of been done, Obi-Wan.
Well, I think I would.
You had
I'd
him for
like to
3
see-
films in the new trilogy, didn't you? In 1,
I
2,
just
and
want to see
3.
Ewan McGregor. I want to see him again
Yeah.
in a new.
There's only like a couple of
well-done
years in the
film.
middle where you don't really know what happened to him. But I won't say anything now, but going forward to the film we talk about, we can maybe discuss this point a bit more.
I don't even know what the piece of news was.
Is they making an Obi-Wan film apparently?
Oh,
No, they're in talks. It's not.
I don't
official
even
yet.
know who Obi-Wan is.
Ewan McGregor.
So what's the point? I
What's
didn't
the
even
point?
watch him in
What's
the
the point in
original
Han
trilogy.
Solo?
Well, we get to that, won't we?
And then there's also the Logan director, James Mangold, is going to write and direct a Boba Fett movie.
I saw this. Logan was very good. You boys enjoyed it?
Very good.
I loved Logan.
Logan was fantastic. Best
But
of
do you want to see a
Marvels.
Boba Fett film?
Boba Fett, everyone goes on about Boba Fett, but he's in it for like 5 seconds. Why has he got such a cult following?
Can I tell you about Boba Fett?
He's quite cool.
Right, he's some kind of hitman, right? Bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He's the worst. He doesn't bounty hunt anyone. He dies.
Well,
He's
so what
rubbish.
exactly? So why film?
No,
He
he
doesn't
gets
even- he's not even
he
good at
brings
killing
Han
people.
Solo.
He does nothing.
He brings Han Solo to Darth Vader.
He does nothing.
That's poor.
He gets eaten by the thing in the sand.
Meg from when they do the Family Guy one.
Yes. I like those Family Guy. Those Family Guy adaptations of the Star Wars are very good. Can I just say, I think we're at a point, right, where we're getting a little of the oversaturation of the Star Wars movies. Maybe it's just because I've watched The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and Rogue One in quick succession, and now I've watched this, and now they're talking about these fucking Boba Fett and Obi-Wan. It's like, no. Because you're just diluting everything. You're diluting the quality. Keep it to the core shit.
They've done enough of it already, though. I think it's gone beyond that point.
It's just like they're doing with the Marvel film. Now they just want to churn them out because Disney just bought them. So they want to get as much money out of it as they can, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they also have rumoured Lando film, a Yoda film, and a Jabba the Hutt film.
See, Jabba the Hutt I'd be quite interested in.
Are you
Apart from
nuts?
Why?
Why
He's
do you
a
want to
big
watch
shot.
a film about this guy?
He's a big shot gangster. What did he do? Why did he get there?
Oi!
like-
I
it'd
just
be like
got
the
something.
Goodfellas.
Is that in the film in Solo?
Yes.
Is that the gangster they're talking about? Jabba the
Yes.
Hutt?
Yes.
I never
Yes.
knew it. I never knew it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Very good.
But can you see a big slug on a movie poster?
Yes.
No one
And
wants
how's
to
that going
watch
to
it.
sell? No one wants to sell that.
It's a movie about Harvey Weinstein. He looks like Harvey Weinstein. You watch it now. You'll never not see Harvey Weinstein.
I know, it's very true. I can see it.
He looks disgraceful.
But also, it's not the last piece of news. It's not even the last piece of news.
What is?
The Game of Thrones showrunners are talking about their films and how it's going to be like Star Wars on acid because they're going to do another spin-off series.
Oh yeah, they're doing the Luke Skywalker one, aren't they? Or not, the Different Galaxy one, aren't they?
Who knows?
Which is being produced by, what's his name, John... What's his name, surname?
Well, they're actually producing it.
Oh, it's with that John, what's his name, who did the Iron Man films. John fucking hell.
Favreau.
Yeah, that's the one.
Favreau. No, he's doing a TV series. He's doing a TV series.
Is it? Oh, okay, I'm getting all confused. There's too much going on.
I could care less about all this stuff.
That's like 3, 6, 7. That's 8 Star Wars films.
Too many. I feel very sad to hear that. I mean, please.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, too much now. Come on.
Yeah. Make some new stories up.
When we watch Jurassic World in a couple of weeks, it'll be like, and now they're going to make a movie about Jeff Goldblum's character before he went to Jurassic Park, and now they're going to do the movie of John Hammond when he was a little kid, and here's the T-Rex
Chris Pratt.
after he became a ghost. It's like, no one wants to watch these films.
When he
Stop
became a
having it
ghost?
all on.
What?
You know.
When
I
the
just mean
T-Rex became a
if
ghost?
the T-Rex died and become a ghost, they
Oh.
won't make a movie about him as a ghost.
Mate, I'll watch all those films.
I would watch the T-Rex ghost film. The T-Rex ghost film would be quite good. And I love Jeff Goldblum, but I don't want to watch his origin story.
The
Thank
T-Rex
you.
would get angry. He'll go to bite someone, but because he's a ghost, he can't actually bite them, and he'll get frustrated, and then he'll...
No, but that's the thing. Imagine now, people walking down the street, and all of a sudden, you don't see the T-Rex, but you see the effect of a T-Rex biting someone in half, or gripping them and pulling them up. That's scary. You don't see the T-Rex.
Isn't that Cloverfield?
Yeah, it is a bit, actually, isn't it? But you see it.
Yeah, you see Cloverfield.
Yeah. Adam don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but like before you see it kind of thing.
Listen, Ben, all you're doing right now is giving people ideas.
I know, we should make this ourselves under the umbrella of, what was it?
Give it to James Cameron, he can do that instead of
High
Avatar 5.
Stakes.
High stakes comics.
It's a high stakes production. Ghost 2.
Sharks at a Wedding.
The T-Rex. Sharks at a Wedding production. Thank you for the plug.
Beautiful. Right, we've had enough of this. Let's go on to news we don't give a fuck about.
Please.
News we don't give a fuck.
Oh, Lovely bit of chop juice there.
You ready for me?
Yeah.
I've got 2 sequels that I don't give a fuck about.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Did anyone ever watch Willow
Yep.
and how pile of shit it was?
It was fine. It was
It was
fine.
a pile of shit. Does it need a sequel?
No.
Well, it's going to get one.
Is it actually?
Is it Warwick Davis?
Yes.
Well, you know.
Didn't Ron Howard direct that as well?
That film, I had some memory. Yeah, Ron Howard. I had memories of that film, and it's just so boring.
It was fine, mate.
It's like from that like Labyrinth era. Labyrinth's boring watching it nowadays as well.
No, Labyrinth isn't. Labyrinth's good. Labyrinth is better than Willow. I'll give you that.
I think those
Willow,
films are very aged.
Yeah.
They don't stand up now.
Labyrinth hasn't aged. I don't think.
Can I just say
it works as a quality 80s film.
Those kind of films, if you watch them when you were younger and you enjoyed them, they can hold up nowadays. But if you've never watched them, you go back to it, you're like, oh no, this is bad.
I only watched
It's
Labyrinth
like
for the first time when I was like
Kangaroo
15. Mate,
What'd you say?
You are showing your difference in age, son. Kangaroo Jack was some Jack Black shit.
Kangaroo Jack.
From when did that come out? Like 10 years ago, and that's
That
your
came out
frame of
like-
reference?
No, it wasn't.
2010,
It was like
surely.
15
No, it was
years
probably
ago.
about 2000.
2003 it came out.
Surely.
Did you just Google it, Ben?
Yeah, and Adam was what, 7? Kangaroo Jack has a 4.4 on the IMDb.
It's such a bad film.
Got a 10 from me.
Labyrinth, on the other hand, has a 7.4 on the IMDb. And does anyone want to guess what Willow got on the IMDb?
6
It
something.
probably got 7.2.
Hit me up, baby. It got a 7.3.
Oh.
Oh, the
So your
scenes.
Kangaroo Jack comparison can go Sucker Jack. Yes.
They're also doing an Expendables 4.
Oh, fuck all of those.
I know.
I thought they finished with them.
Tell me about it.
Well, they should have finished it after the first one. The first one I saw just like out of like as a curiosity, you know. I thought, oh, they're bringing all these action stars together in their old age. Let's have a look. It was pretty fucking poor.
Yeah, it's no good. No
Did you
good.
ever think it would be a good film? Looking at everything that went on, do you think it would be a good film?
I thought it might be fine. It wasn't.
I mean, there was talk about a women's version of Expendables, wasn't there? I don't know what happened with that.
Well, I hate what's all this women's version of. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Do your own thing, and I mean that not in a condescending way. It's like you don't need to do the female version of it. What we're gonna have is let's do the female version of Jaws. But why? You don't need to. You don't need to do the female version of Jaws. It's the same fucking story, but with women. Do your own thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry.
So at the cinema, seeing Han Solo, the Ocean's 8 trailer come on, right?
Yeah.
And during the trailer, it said, "Oh, it's having this much fun is a crime," or something like that, right? It's like, why they got to say it like that? It's like that's the thing you associate with girls having fun, right? It's like it's really it just really annoys me. It really annoyed me.
It really grinds my gears.
It's like they can't just play it as, oh, these girls, like, they're about to do a heist, they're about to commit some crime. No, they're going to have fun.
Girls just want to have fun, though.
Girls just want to have fun.
That's all they really want.
Oh, it annoys me.
Some fun. Work all night and week and month or something. I don't know the lyrics anymore.
I don't know. It just annoyed me.
Yeah, I know.
It probably shouldn't have annoyed me as much as it should.
Shall we make a
Should
film
have, but,
for women under the bracket of high stakes, and we'll create a new story that's not a remake, not a female version of. That's really condescending. I mean, an all-male production company. We're going to make a film for you women.
Like
I just
Disney
want a
making
film
Black Panther.
that's not about women having fun, and it's actually a serious film where they're actually committing crimes and actually can commit the crimes as well as men. They don't need to have fun while doing it.
Yes,
That's what I want, yeah?
I agree with you.
Should we move on to trailers?
Try.
I don't live in a caravan, so why are you showing me that trailer crash?
What do you want to talk about, Blackkklansman or Mowgli first?
Let's talk about Mowgli.
Go on, Adam. Tell me what you thought about Mowgli.
Looked alright. They did a Jungle Book film last year. Not last year, the year before. Or the year before that. I can't remember, but they've done one recently, and I don't know if it's just going to be a bit... Should have waited. But the only interesting thing is, this one isn't done by Disney, is it?
It's a darker retelling, Adam.
And it's got Christian
Can't
Bale in
tell.
it, though, which is cool.
Yeah, Christian Bale's Bagheera.
Exactly, that's all I want to care for.
Listen, the production company, as soon as they realised that Disney were making a Jungle Book movie, they would have been like, maybe we should just wait and leave it for a bit.
Yeah, that's what you should have done.
So soon.
Give it another 5
to bring
years.
this film out, yeah. Crazy.
Is it meant to be a direct sequel to the Jungle Book?
No. It's a
not.
retelling. It's the same. It's an origin story again.
Oh, well, I mean, I couldn't even tell that. It was really...
He did look a bit older, though, to be fair. Which I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking halfway through, this could
Is
actually
it the
be a
same
sequel.
actor?
No.
No.
I thought it looked very boring.
It's a different production company.
Well, we should go be seeing it, Ben, so don't you worry about it.
Sorry?
We're going to be seeing it.
No. Why?
Because it's what we do.
Yes. What? We're not seeing that. That looks dumb.
We do it for the people.
The people don't want to see that. Adam wants to see that.
It might have a good cast, but I don't think
I'm not
it
interested
needs
in that.
it. I'm not interested either.
It's PG as hell is what it looked like. That's what it looked like. It looked PG as hell. I've already seen the Jungle Book now. There's no need to see it.
Yeah, I just about enjoyed the Jungle Book, the one last year, 2 years ago.
Good. You got it. Just about. Oi, do you know who directed Mowgli?
Yes, Andy Serkis.
I didn't clock that.
Yeah, and he's also Baloo.
Well, is that his directorial?
He's
debut?
literally doing the bare necessities.
Ooh, that's very good. Although he's not literally doing the bare necessities because that was in the Jungle Book film, and if he puts it in this film as well, it's like you're begging it, Andy. Can't
You've got to do it though. It's
No,
the best
you
thing
can't
about
do
the
it.
film.
Well, you can't because it's a Disney film that does the bare necessities, so you can't rip off the music.
He can.
Anyway,
No.
it's not his directorial debut.
It's not. No.
He directed a film called Breathe. I would like to take this moment in the podcast to tell everyone that I hate Eddie Marsden, and that is all.
Oh yes, because you don't like his political views.
I don't like his political views at all, the little knob. Now, on with the show.
Let's go on to Blackkklansman. We don't want to see Jungle Book, apart from Adam.
So what were your thoughts on this Blackkklansman trailer? The Blackkklansman trailer, from what I could see, is a film that's come in 10, 15 years too late.
Okay, that's interesting.
I didn't think it looked good. I think it would have been a clever idea 15 years ago to tell this tale, but now it kind of feels like, why are you even telling this tale? I'm not interested.
Right, yeah.
It's a little. It felt like I was watching a trailer for a film that came out 15 years ago, but watching it for the first time. Do you know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was of this time.
It's got produced by Jordan Peele as well, isn't it? So I don't know if it's going to like Get Out vibe in it as well, or what. Or they just put his name on it, literally just to make some more.
They've
money
thrown
from
his name on it, mate.
They will have, yeah, for sure. Like I say,
Yeah.
we put that 5p in, and he's the producer. I like Spike Lee, but I think his best films were 20 years ago.
Fair enough. I really like the look of it.
That's good.
it. I don't know.
I thought it looked quite entertaining.
You interested?
Yeah, I'd definitely go see it. Probably
It
not
was
in the cinema, actually. Probably not in the cinema. I'll probably wait for it.
Well, when you watch it online illegally, like a twat.
No, I'll probably wait for it to come on Netflix. I wouldn't even seek it out until it comes out.
I don't know. One of those films that goes back to all the films. That if it's done right, it could be really good. But I don't know
Yes.
if it looks like it's done right.
It was weird though because it kind of had. I kept waiting for a really big name to appear in the trailer because it felt like that kind of film, but there wasn't really one.
Adam
They're
Driver's
like-
probably the biggest one.
I know,
isn't he?
but he's not even really a big name, is he? Like, if he wasn't in the new Star Wars films, like, no, who's talking about Adam Driver?
Yeah, definitely. I think it looked kind of like a Coen Brothers. That kind of
Yes, but see, I think then maybe that's why I think it looked like a film that should have come out 15 years ago. Because you know how the Coens sort of like spoof films in a certain genre from the last 20, 30 years. Like Big Lebowski,
Yeah.
they're spoofing detective films. And No Country for Old Men, they're spoofing those sort of westerns from the 60s and 70s. This then feels like it should have come out 90s.
Yeah. I know what you mean, yeah.
But you know
Interesting.
what is interesting? Steve Buscemi's brother is in this film.
Really?
Oh yes. And if you should see a picture of him online, you will be in no doubt that he is Steve Buscemi's brother.
That's a fact of the day, guys.
It's unfortunate for that family that they all look the way they look.
No,
but I
I
tell
Enjoy
you,
that one over the weekend.
He looks like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Yeah.
His eyes bulging out. Oh, poor Steve. I love him. Right, should we move on to Ben reacts to a trailer?
Why not?
Beautiful.
Hello, Ben. Are you going to react to this trailer?
Yes, you're gonna react to a trailer.
So, is this film called The Predator?
It's called The Predator.
The Predator.
Because we already have Predator.
We've had Predator, so I haven't
We've
seen the
had
trailer. I don't know if
Predators.
it's a remake or if it's a carry-on or anything like this. So, shall I begin?
Yes, begin please.
Alright, I haven't seen anything. Here we go. The Predator. Let's see now. They do that annoying thing where they play the 5 seconds really quick up front. So we'll ignore that bit. And here we go. Here we go. It's in suburbia. This doesn't look like the Predator that I know in the jungle. This is in the streets of America. A lady opening a box with Stanley knife. Oh, it's a boy opening a box with a Stanley knife. Ooh. And the mask of the Predator is in the box. Touching the button, it pops open. Some red mist comes out. This looks like a kid's film all of a sudden. This looks like a kid's film, the way they've shot him. And it's very polished. Even the Jenga is very polished. What's going on here? I don't get it. Tell me about the nation. Don't know who these people are. Is that Aaron Paul? No. It's someone who thinks he is, or Ryan Gosling. Oh, I don't like this, man. I don't like this. There's the guy from Game of Thrones, Alfie Allen. And the guy from Key and Peele. I'm not for this. Halfway through it, this is too polished. And the fact that it said from the director of Iron Man 3, that's evident, because it feels like I'm watching an Iron Man style film. The way it's too polished. No. None of this. Showing the Predator too clearly as well. Not good. That was quite poor. I was expecting it to be half decent. That was really poor. What do you two think?
I thought it looked crap.
Yeah, very poor.
It just looks like a cheap. Like, do you know when you when someone brings out a cheap sequel, they haven't put much money
Like
into
Predator 2
Yeah.
and Predator 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks more like Alien vs Predator. That's the kind of style it looks
You
like.
got it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Did you know what was good was the Adrian Brody one, which I think they call Predators. That one was pretty good. I like that. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, that was quite good actually. Yeah.
That was the second one, wasn't it? But it still
No,
felt cheap.
Predator 2 was the second one with Danny Glover.
I don't
They
know.
did Predator with Schwarzenegger, Predator 2 with Danny Glover, then they did Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator 2, and then they did Predators, which was like set after the events of Predator 1 and 2.
Is this when he's in the city, when Predator comes to the city?
No, that's Danny Glover's one, Predator 2. That's Danny Glover. Predators is
Cool.
Adrian Brody back in the jungle, and Lawrence Fishburne is in it. It's
You
good.
know what it is? I don't like the fact that it's in a city. It doesn't
No,
feel Predators
doesn't
to
feel
me.
right.
It feels like any other horror film. And it's just it doesn't even feel like a good horror film. It looks like a cheap horror film. If it's like the Predator in the Predator in the jungle, it's more gritty and scary and like they're being hunted, right? You can't do that in a city.
No.
You can't do it. It's just not. It doesn't work.
Now listen, Cheeky, the thing I wanted to say to you is that the reason that it wasn't working in the city as well is because when it's in the jungle, you're in their habitat. So you've got the fear factor there. You're in the Predator's habitat. How the hell are you going to survive him?
Yeah.
And similar to going right back to the original Jurassic Park, you know, you're in the park, you're in their habitat, and then when it comes to New York in the second one, it's like, well, this is just now like a destruction movie. It's not really, there's no fear. Not that Jurassic Park was massively scary, but it had its scary moments because people were fucking vulnerable in that film because they were in that setting.
In a
Like
car
you say,
as well.
Come to the city, like we got the modern technology. It's no good.
That is it, isn't it? That's it. You got to be exposed.
Yeah,
You need to be exposed for it to be scary.
quite.
Then people be hiding in buildings, go hide in their wardrobe. It's not scary.
I agree.
It's like any other thing. When you're in the jungle, you can hide behind a tree, but that's not going to help. You still got to
Predator
run.
is pretty badass though. Like you can't even see him half the time.
I know.
It's true, but this looks cheap. You know who's doing this film?
Who?
Shane Black.
Oh, the guy who did.
Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yes, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Yeah.
And another little fact, he was also in the original Predator.
Shane Black was in the original Predator.
Yep.
He's a
Mad
British
kid.
guy. He must be a young kid in it.
He was the guy with the glasses. What was it? His name was Hawkins.
Oh shit! I've just googled a picture of him. Yeah. Oh my god. I didn't know that was Shane Black.
So it's probably more of a passion project than anything.
You know the funny thing, right? Go, if you've got Predator, right? Go and watch this. When you watch the end credits of that film, it is like a sitcom. They're the credits of a sitcom. Because, you know, like in a sitcom, you know, like in Too Many Cooks, where you see each of those people and they sort of look at the camera and smile, and then it pauses on them. And
it does, doesn't it?
That's what happens all through the end of Predator's credits.
When their names come up, don't they? Their names come up next to the actor, and it's like them posing in the jungle.
They're posing in the jungle, yeah. And smiling and shit.
I actually remember that now.
Oh, man. Anyway, I'll be ducking this film, I think. I'll be ducking that.
We need to go see it. Let's go see it.
Adam, you want to go and see every damn thing that
we
do.
On this. We need to follow up with our opinions.
Well, if the opinion... Now, listen.
If it's a slow month, Adam.
Yeah. If that comes out when Halloween is out, we're going to Halloween, son.
We sure are.
We're going to live broadcast from the cinema when we do the Halloween one.
We're doing a midnight release. We should all go see it at midnight together.
We'll be recording the film in our cowboy hats.
We will, and you know it's not going to be Halloween because obviously it's coming out like a week or two before Halloween. But
oh shit, that's even more scary.
Of course.
Yeah, you'll be anticipating Halloween night.
I'm going to take my mask.
The original mask.
Oh man, wouldn't that be screamy? Wouldn't that be
screamy?
Creepy.
Wouldn't that be screamy?
Just put it on halfway through the film and turn around.
It would be real screamy.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the main subject, shall we?
Get to the main event.
Let's do it.
The main event. Here is our featured topic. Plus, Adam might do a rubbish plot summary.
Are you fucking serious?
Hang on a minute, I want a sip.
That was a big sip, Ben.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, everyone, this is a spoilers episode. Everything from now on is spoilers for Han Solo, a Star Wars story. Adam, would you like to explain the plot?
So, we meet Han Solo. He's young. He's, like, learning the ropes. And he goes through the film. First of all, he loses his girlfriend. And she's like, oh, no. And then he goes off and he joins the Imperial flight squad to try and become a pilot, to go back and rescue her. But along the way, he gets found out that he's, like, undercover. Gets thrown in to beat up a monster. The monster's then Chewbacca. And then they make friends. They escape. Then they meet another guy. And they do, like, some heist with him. The heist goes wrong, and then they have to do another heist to pay up for the other heist. And he gets a Millennium Falcon, and whatever, rah, 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 people twist and turn. And then Darth Maul turns up.
I bet you love that bit, Adam. You love that bit,
I was so happy when Darth Maul
I knew you were going to love that bit. I knew you'd love that bit.
I was like, shit, yeah.
I was like, this little bit here is for the kids and for Adam.
Yeah, but, like, Darth Maul's he's a good villain. He just got killed off too quickly.
It was fine. It wasn't
and he's got his robotic legs where they fucking sewed him back together because fucking Obi-Wan cut him in half.
Well, come on. What's the... Everyone spit it out. The star rating out of 10. Let's get it out there first.
I'm going 8 or 9.
Oof.
No, you got to give me a definitive answer, Adam.
Yes,
9. I'm being nice.
No, actually, if you say 8, if you say 2 scores, it's the lower score.
Really?
Yeah,
can't go for an 8.5.
You mean it should be 8. Be realistic, mate. It's an 8.
Okay.
You know it.
I'm being nice with a 9.
You giving it an 8.
What did you give it then?
I'm giving it 6.
Really? The same as Tomb Raider?
We're going to talk about it. I didn't give Tomb Raider 6. I gave Tomb Raider much lower than that.
Yes, he definitely did give it lower than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul,
I'm giving it a 7.
I said yesterday that you would give it a 7, eh?
Yeah, we did say that.
Yeah.
So, 6, 7, and 8/9.
Okay, so this film was pretty average. I enjoyed it, but nothing stood out in the film at all. It was just like a bog standard Star Wars film, but
it did. Okay, I want to admit this out. It did feel a bit sometimes like, what's the point in this film? But at the same time, it was really good. It was a great Star Wars adventure, and the only thing is, you go to see Han Solo for the Han Solo and Chewbacca you love, but you don't really get that at the beginning of the film, so you're kind of working it out. It's a bit like if you go watch a Marvel origin film at the beginning, you kind of, the character you fell in love with isn't the character at the very beginning. Like when you go Captain America, he's not the same person. but I enjoyed it very, very much, and I thought it was great fun. And I don't know why it's getting such bad reviews, because it wasn't that bad.
That's cute. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Adam.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Adam, because really this film was made for you. Out of the three of us, this was for you.
And the thing that let it down was the fact that they didn't show Jabba the Hutt. I was so hoping they would show him at some point, but they didn't.
Well, Adam, it's going to be a trilogy. They're going to release 2 more.
You know that they're going on to that.
Yeah, I kind of hope they do, because there's a lot to explore now. Because
there's really
not really. There's not.
There is, because you've got Jabba the Hutt, then you've got
we know exactly what's going to happen.
Daenerys going off with Darth Maul, but then she also with Darth Maul, his only plot in life now is to find Obi-Wan. So we could have that happening, and they can merge it all together. That could be the Obi-Wan thing you were talking about earlier.
I don't think there's not enough storyline to go. It's like they should have just tied it off.
I agree. They should have rounded out with one film that laid down a bit, but yeah.
The plot points that you want to find out about. So him meeting Jabba the Hutt, him finding out why he's got those dice, right? And him finding out why he shoots Greedo.
What do you mean finding out why he's got those dice?
Because
dice.
because they're good to him for some reason. He was probably given to him when he
good
was
luck
younger,
dice.
and they're going to go and explore it at some point because they've made so much out of it in the film.
Yeah, but they made things out of it in the fourth film, and in
I
the
thought,
Force Awakens
I thought it
as well.
was just to show those dice that you've seen hanging from the Millennium Falcon have always been with him.
But why are they lucky?
I don't know.
Because it's like why you got lucky pants.
But this is it. This is what I'm saying. All these key points have just been made so you think, oh, I can't wait to find out why this thing...
It was mainly about the
sequel.
Kessel Run.
What, the whole film?
Yeah, that's pretty much
the
what
whole
it was
film
based
was about
on.
the Kessel Run. He did it in 12 parsecs.
Yes,
and parsecs isn't a distance. It's a distance of measurement, not time.
But he rounded it down.
Yeah, so it was like 12.3.
But yes, go on, Ben. Tell me about it.
Well, I enjoyed it, but for me, it all felt like we don't need to be seeing any of this because we know everything. I think that the crux of the matter is we all saw the original trilogy of Star Wars, yeah, and we met Han Solo, and we heard his story about how he won a Millennium Falcon in a card game, and how he did the Kessel Run or whatever it's called in under 12 parsecs. We heard all those stories. It's enough to just hear those stories and let that be the legend for him. We don't need to see it all. But
Agreed.
Seeing it was fun while I was watching it. But
Yeah,
afterwards, it's like when I... but Adam, you love
It's not a great film. I admit that from the beginning.
No, I know. I'm not criticising
it.
it on that front. But what I'm saying is, you as a big Star Wars fan, right? When you think about the Star Wars trilogy now, the original Star Wars trilogy, and you think about Han, you aren't, for a second, I don't think, going to be thinking, oh yeah, and all that stuff that I saw in that Han Solo movie happened to him beforehand. You won't be thinking that because you know that wasn't even considered at that point. So
the only
actually,
thing you do question is the whole shit of why... The whole thing that is left a complete mystery is the bit with Jabba the Hutt and the bit with Greedo. And that is annoying because that's the bit they should have focused on.
Why do you
because
need
he never
to see
talks
what's
about it.
happening
You
with
never know why
Greedo?
Jabba the Hutt hates him so much. You never find out why. You just know something's gone wrong between them.
But listen, why do you need to know? Why
Because
do you need to know?
Because the whole point of Star Wars is to explore everything. There's so many characters and so many backstories.
You don't get Twin Peaks. Because so much of Twin Peaks is up for mystery and interpretation.
Twin Peaks. It just felt like a sitcom.
Fuck off.
Come on. Those 10 episodes, 15 episodes...
Leave it. Stay on topic. I was just making a point. But the thing is, mate, you don't need... Just because they talk about that stuff, why do you need to see it?
I've got to agree with Ben.
Yeah, but that's not the point. Star Wars is one of those series of films where they do talk about it and they explore it all.
It's a thing, right? Fair enough. It's been made. It's been released. We're gonna watch it. It's a fun ride, but it's like there's no context.
But it's what it was
story.
always meant to be. It was always meant to be a fun ride with the lovable, happy-go-lucky character that you like. That's all.
Which it was. But then you don't need him to also be talking about, oh, and this is why he shot Guido, and this is why Jabba the Hutt hates him so much.
Also, did you like Donald Glover as Lando?
loved him
very
so
cool
much.
character.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
He was great.
I thought it was a very cool character.
He also
Yes.
sounded like an American Indian.
Yeah, but Billy Bob, what's his name? Billy D. Williams. When you listen to how Billy D. Williams spoke, that's how he spoke. So he was modelling himself on Billy D.
Yeah.
Williams.
I thought he was a great character.
He was
that
very
was the
good.
most interesting thing about the whole film. It's like
Yes,
he stood out a lot.
agreed.
Yeah,
He
was
stole
good.
the show.
He had style.
And I don't know. Was Lando ever spoken about as bisexual or gay before?
No,
No.
but apparently he's pansexual.
Yeah, totally.
Which
Well,
I mean-
yeah,
It's got nothing to do with the storyline of the film, though. Really, did it? It didn't really come up at any point.
mate. How many references did they make to it?
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't know.
They called him Hen. He called Han Hen at first. They made jokes about his scarf. They made jokes about all the capes that he had. They made jokes about the fact that he couldn't have sex with that female robot.
I did quite like her. She was quite sassy.
No, I hated her.
I
And that's
hated
my
her.
next point I was going to come on to.
Yes, thank you, Ben. I hated her so much.
Did you hate it as well? Good.
I hated her.
She was so irritating.
L3,
Really?
the robot.
Yeah, and too much drumming the point. No. You don't have a robot going around screaming equal rights or whatever the fuck she was screaming. It's like, that's annoying. It's not clever. It's not
Do you,
clever.
know what do you know what annoyed me the most about her? When she had that conversation with Daenerys.
Daenerys, yes.
So annoying. It's like, oh,
It was.
here's the bit where they're having girls' discussion because they got to have a girls' discussion. It's got to be about a man. It was just one of those things again.
Mate, thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. Exactly that. The only time when you've got two female characters together and they talk about a man, it's a failure.
And that was the only reason for the robot being there. What else did the robot do?
Okay, when
Breakfast.
C-3PO first gets on the Millennium Falcon in the film, he says something about the navigation system on this computer speaks weirdly. He says something along those lines, and he always talk about how weird the computer is and like how a bit of an extrovert they are. And he goes, "What is it with this navigational system on the Millennium Falcon?" And now you can work out why.
Well, that's actually very interesting trivia, Adam.
Who said that? Han said it.
No,
C-3PO.
C-3PO.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember that at all.
No.
It's when he first gets on the Millennium Falcon in the full film.
She was annoying. And I thought, I had to check afterwards, but it wasn't her. I thought it was...
I thought it was Women in
Brienne.
Game of Thrones.
Brienne.
Yeah.
I thought exact
The
same
I'm sure
whole
it's
thing.
time I
Brienne,
thought,
but it's
how
not.
the hell she got 2 Star Wars jobs
I
here?
know.
Sounded so much like her.
Yeah.
It was someone
But it
called
was-
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
If you look at the picture of her on IMDb, she looks super annoying.
Yeah, didn't like it.
No thanks.
Right, let me look at some points that I put down. Yeah, so one was that I didn't like her.
Good.
The Darth Maul part. Let's talk about the Darth Maul part. It
The
was
Darth
fine.
Maul,
It was fine.
the whole reference to Darth Maul is bringing it back to the TV series. Is what they did with Rogue One, and this is what they're doing here because there was the whole thing that goes on in this TV series with Darth Maul, and that's what it's all. It's all references back towards that, and it's including the whole wider universe of Star Wars that kind of gets forgotten within the TV series into the films.
Well, that was good fan service then. I got nothing against it.
It was shown in there for your hardcore fans, and I quite like Darth Maul.
Good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice. It wasn't as good as the Darth Vader thing in Rogue One, though.
Oh no, because that's Darth Vader. Darth Vader is like next level.
Yeah, it was just like they threw it in there. It's like, oh, look, he's
Yeah.
on the screen. That's it. They got a hologram of him.
And then they should have got General Grievous in there, like fucking shit up with all his arms. But
Why do you always talk about General Grievous? I swear
General
when we
Grievous
spoke
is
about
cool.
Last Jedi, you were talking about General Grievous. Who the fuck is this fat toad?
he's the one with the 4 arms, the big robot guy, and he whips out all 4 lightsabers, and he's like,
Yeah, he's a robot who holds 4 lightsabers.
That's silly
it's
business.
cool,
man.
alright? He's in
That's
the film for
silly
about
business.
30 seconds as well. In the
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
what's it called?
One
the
other
third
thing that I was a little annoyed by, because there wasn't actually much. That's the thing. To tell you the truth, I wasn't annoyed by a lot of it. I did overall enjoy it. I just didn't think it was necessary. I didn't think it was that overly
I feel like
interesting.
it's been very harshly criticised.
Yeah, I think so. But it's not. It doesn't. You said, Adam, that you felt that it felt like a Star Wars film. For me, it didn't at all.
It's just a good adventure.
It was an adventure film, yeah. It didn't feel like a Star Wars film. In the same way that Rogue One didn't feel like a Star Wars film to me. But Rogue One felt more like a Star Wars film than this did. But anyway, I enjoyed it. But the last thing that particularly annoyed me was the overuse of Chewbacca.
Right, yeah.
Really?
All the time, Chewbacca's noise is used as the punchline. For like, Han turns to him, says something, and Chewbacca does it all the time. And it's like, yeah, all right, enough of that. We know that he makes
really
that
noticed
noise.
that.
You're doing it constantly. All the time. Also, Daenerys was not very good. She can't act, can she? I've realised she can't act outside of Game of Thrones. She can only play that role.
It's true.
Very appalling. And also, I was tainted by her because earlier in the day, I read an interview with her where she said that Terminator Genesis was shit and she didn't enjoy working on it. It's like, you can't say that now after the film
I
has
saw
flopped.
that as
At
well.
the time, you didn't think that.
I saw it as well, and she said she's so glad they flopped.
Yeah, very annoying.
It's
It's
like,
like, what sort of thing does that say? And she said, oh, the director wasn't the same person, because she worked with him on Game of Thrones. She was like, oh, he wasn't the same person on the film. It's like, leave it out. You weren't saying none of that before, and I quite like that film.
Yeah,
like-
but she's not be allowed to slate it before, is she? Though that's a more professional.
She only
matter.
slated it once it got panned.
Yeah, of course.
She should stick up for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
She
irrelevant.
should never have done it if she didn't think it'd be good. What do you think of Chewie in the cell?
That was quite good.
Meeting him. Do you like the introduction?
Yeah, I did.
I actually thought it was going to be the what do you
I
call
thought it'd be the same monster again. That
Yeah,
Luke
that's
fought.
exactly what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
What monster again? Oh, right,
When-
yeah, I see. Yeah.
When Luke's got
Luke
to
goes
fight
down.
it. Yeah, in Jabba's place.
Yes.
But yeah, I liked it. It was fine. I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming until he started walking in.
Overall, I was a fan with the whole thing. It was a fine way to pass a couple of hours, but that's about it.
Would
I
you watch
say.
it again?
Probably not. And I'll tell you what dragged for me, actually, the end. But so once they
They
got...
did string out the engine for
Yeah,
about,
too
the end
much.
for about 20 minutes. I thought, when is this actually going to finish now? They could have wrapped that up a bit quicker.
Once he made the Kessel Run, that was it.
And also, I really needed a piss. Didn't really help.
It went on
You know, when
for
you
far
kind
too
of,
long.
do you know when you can kind of feel the end of a film come in, and you really need a piss, and it's like, oh, come on, man, just wrap this up, dance, and go for it.
Stop drinking so much Coke in the movie cinema.
I didn't. I took a bottle of water with me.
What about... How did you think the guy was who played Han?
I was really I didn't really know about him before, but he looked really annoying. And at the beginning of the film, he annoyed me, and then
Yeah.
throughout the film, I slowly kind of came around to him a bit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't anything amazing, but he wasn't anything bad.
He had his
He did-
smile down quite well. He had the Harrison Ford's cheeky smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could pass as looking a little bit like Han Solo.
Yeah, of course.
You just grow a bit of hair, don't you? Really, and wear the jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
What do you think about him getting his name?
Silly. I
It
hated
was a
that
silly-
bit.
that was a silly way. I thought, really, is that
family
where
did
it
you
came
come
from?
I know. Let's call you Han Solo. And then, when he
No
says
one would
it,
say that.
Han Solo reacts to it like, It's like, no, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't think anything of it. You just think, well, all right then. you wouldn't.
And
you would
also,
go, "Ooh,
if somebody
that's my
gave you that
from
name,
now
you
on."
wouldn't keep using it, would you?
No, well, quite. Some idiot at the border gave you that name. Yeah, that's my name forever now.
It was very cheap.
Do you know who I did like in this? And I don't like him in a lot of films because I just don't think he's very good. Paul Bettany, I thought was very good as
I knew
Drogon.
you were going to say that.
Yeah, it was fine.
Did you like him as Vision though in Avengers?
No, I didn't. That's what I mean. Like in the Avengers film as Vision, highly annoying. Not even highly annoying, just very shit. But as Dryden Voss, that he was very quite intimidating.
He was quite an interesting character.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
He was, and I liked the fact that those sort of scars on his face kind of glowed when he was angry and shit like that. You know,
Yeah, his eyes were glowing red, weren't they?
all of it, fantastic.
Can we just go back to Han Solo's name? The tagline for one of the films at the beginning is how he earned his name. That was one of the taglines for the film, which kind of annoyed me a bit.
Why would
that
you?
is a bit
Why would you
silly.
put that in when it's such a small thing that happens?
Yeah.
Imagine walking
Yeah.
out of the cinema after that part as well, because it's like, okay, I've seen
You
how he
learn
got his
his
name
name
now.
if they were going to do it, they should have made it some big thing like when he was in the war. He did something all on its own, and they're like,
Yeah.
he was so he did it solo,
Solo hero.
and then he was like, and then he took the name from that. But that was just like so
Yeah.
He was a bit
throwaway.
of a coward in the war as well, to be fair, wasn't he?
I know.
He wasn't a coward. He just didn't want to fight for the Empire.
Yeah.
It's true, actually. It's true.
Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed the film, and I thought it was a very good film. I enjoyed
Well, I'm
my
glad
time
that you
watching
enjoyed
film,
it.
and I will continue to watch that film again.
I thought it was better, much better. You two probably won't agree to this, I don't think, because I can't remember your scores, but I enjoyed it a lot more than Rogue One.
Oh yeah, I
It was
love
more
Rogue
fun
One.
than Rogue One. That's probably why you enjoyed it.
Nah, I thought
No.
Rogue One was better, 100%.
Okay.
Was better.
Yeah, in every way, I enjoyed it so much more.
I was really bored by Rogue One. See, I was never actually bored by Solo, apart from towards the end. I started thinking, And actually, do you know what wasn't that gripping, and it should have been, was the train derailment and getting that carriage. That it ran on for a little too long as well, and at no point was I very interested in that, even when she blew herself up.
Yeah.
You love a bit of suicide.
You didn't care. You didn't care enough about character for it to make an impact.
I like that little Jeremy thing that was flying the plane. He was fine.
Oh yeah, do you know who that was?
John Favreau.
Yeah, I did like him actually. Rio, his name was.
Rio Grande at the old.
But
Del
apparently
Rio.
he's also. I was looking at the Easter eggs. That's how I know the other thing. He was mentioned again in another part of the Star Wars going forward, but I can't remember exactly where now.
There's probably quite a lot of that peppered in there, I would imagine.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Easter eggs in it. I was thinking, do you know when he said he was going to open the restaurant, the bar in the desert?
Yeah.
I thought that had to be like La Cantina, and then he died, so he didn't open it.
Oh, poor monkey.
Oh.
It was like.
What do you think of Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson was playing Woody Harrelson. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, and that is actually what I was thinking when I was watching it. I was like, "This is Woody Harrelson putting in a Woody Harrelson performance." It was just him being Woody Harrelson, wasn't it?
It's true. It's true.
I quite liked as well when the music they played throughout the film, like when they had the whole Imperial March, when like Darth Vader's march, when they were in the little lobby area and the screen coming up. And then they did it again towards the end when Darth Maul turned up, and it kind of, you could see the turn in her character as well. They started playing the music as well. I like to be interested to see how much of the film Ron Howard did and how much the other two directors did.
I was totally... That was the other thing. I was totally surprised. I didn't even clock Ron Howard had done it. And when it came up at the end, I was like, shit, Ron Howard directed that. I had no idea.
Yeah, apparently he was going to direct... what's the first fucking Phantom Menace, but he rejected it because he said he didn't want to have a task that big, a big responsibility. And then he came back and did this one.
What? He sent astronauts...
Well, the two directors who did it were meant to be doing The Flash film, and then they fell out of each other, and that's why they quit the film.
Oh yes.
So that's going to annoy Paul for the whole DC word.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine.
We got anything else to say on this film?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Didn't you love Lady Proxima?
Was that the big worm?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Oh, Lady
Childish,
what, the worm
man.
thing?
I quite like the bit that when he
childish,
clicked
man.
his tongue. It was kind of a bit like, that's the whole Han Solo that you kind of like, the whole thinking on the spot. The one with the bit when he said pointed to Millennium Falcon and got like 30 on guards and they flew away, I was a bit like, oh, really? But that bit there when he clicked his tongue with the rock. That was
Clicked his tongue with the rock?
Yeah, when he pretended it was a bomb.
Yeah, he pretended it was a thermal detonator. That was kind of
I didn't even realise that
thinking
he was
on the
clicking
spot.
his tongue.
I didn't really like Lady Proxima. I thought it was stupid.
I don't know that snaky lady. I didn't know. She felt a little labyrinth.
Yeah,
like
it's
labyrinth
stupid.
to me.
Didn't
it
like
was a little strange, and that's actually when I was at first. The first 10 minutes of the film, I didn't like it because I thought, "Oh, this is a bit childish and not very interesting." But then it picked up.
I felt exactly the same.
Good.
Because of that worm thing. It felt a bit childish and silly.
Definitely, eh? Well, and also I didn't like the team at the end when they all pulled their masks off and were like, "We're the rebel force," but they were like, "You're all kids."
Yeah.
I don't
That's
believe
the
any
start.
of you
It's the
could-
birth
could-
of it. Again, if you go back to the TV series, apparently it's quite influential.
I'm not watching
Kinda
the
nice
TV
little Easter
series,
egg.
son.
That's another one of those things that, just like the Star Wars in Episode 8, Last Jedi, when she doesn't tell anyone the plan, right?
Yeah.
Why does this girl come along right at the end and she goes, "Oh yeah, we're all fighting for the same thing."
Yeah,
And it's like, why wait until now?
He wasn't
Should have
part
said
of
it on the
that at time.
train.
At the time, they're still regarded as bad people because that's what he was told they were bad people. They weren't. They were just a couple of pirates. That's how it all started out. They kind of came along. They started scrounging, stealing, and then that's how you get enough money to build up the rebellion.
But I just
So
hate
they
all that
weren't
stuff
really
of,
the
like,
proper force.
having the gruff voice and going, "It's okay, they're going to come into our hands," and all stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like this is a little kid. I was excited for that to be like a proper good character, like we didn't know who it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was expecting a great reveal at the end. But
Yeah, and when she pulled the mask off, I was like, wait a minute, is this Woody Harrelson and Thandie Newton's kid?
That's what I thought. I
Looked a bit
honestly,
like her.
straight away thought that's going to be his kid.
Yeah, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. And I thought, the way they're framing this, are we meant to recognise this girl? And I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Warwick
it's-
Davis is a bit of a
funny.
cheap cameo in it as well.
Yeah.
Who? Oh, Warwick Davis. Yeah, that felt a little shoveled in.
Especially his line he had as well.
I know, is
If I
that
just
like his
give him a-
first line in a Star Wars film?
I don't think it's his first.
I don't think he's ever
necessarily,
spoken before, has he?
But it was very shoveled in the film. It was very just kind of, I'll give him a line, keep him like put him over there.
Silly.
Very silly, boys.
What a silly film.
It wasn't silly. It was. Fun.
It was silly. It was a silly film. It was totally fine. And do you know what? I give it a 6. It is harsh, but I won't quite give it a 7 because 7 is reserved for those.
You're
films that
giving
I
it a
really quite like.
6 on an actual critical review, aren't you? Like it. Whereas
Yeah.
if you took a step back and kind of enjoyed it for the film it was meant to be, you'd probably give it more.
I don't know.
See, for me,
No.
seven's a good average.
Yeah, 7's a good average. 7's a good average. 8, 9, 10. You really enjoyed the film. 7
Yeah,
is
I enjoyed
that was a solid film. 6 is it was okay. 5 is like and 4
4 is
downwards is like no, come on now.
And there was 3.
Like Tomb Raider.
3 is Tomb Raider.
2 is woof.
Woof, yeah. We haven't had a 1 yet. No one has given anything 1 yet.
Have you ever given a film a 1, Ben?
Have either of you given any film that we've seen less than 5?
Yes.
I think I gave Tomb Raider.
I gave Tomb Raider a 4.
After some arm twisting.
Yeah, you were started off
Yeah,
as a 6, didn't
after
it?
we spoke about it at length.
And drank our blues away.
Yes.
And then
indeed.
we waved our hands.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
we
know.
did.
No one can see that when it's a podcast.
I was actually doing the motion if you couldn't
No,
hear it in the movement.
yeah, I did it a little bit then as well.
I went proper into it. I did it about 3 times.
I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that, yes. Solid.
Yeah.
Should we talk about other films we've watched this week?
Let's go on to it. What have we been watching?
Do you want to find out what we've been watching, big boy?
Oh yeah, tell me. Tell me what's hot right now.
I've actually watched quite a bit this week. I normally
Have
haven't
you?
watched a
Do
lot.
tell.
Please tell
Okay,
us.
so let's start in like backwards. So I watched Inside Llewyn Davis. I don't know if any of you've seen that.
No, I haven't. Was it good?
I have seen it.
It's all right. It doesn't really have a plot. It's just a nice follow. You follow Oscar Isaac, who's a musician. It's a Coen Brothers film, which I didn't really realise until the end. And you kind of just watch him play guitar and folk music, and just watch his kind of. I think it's set over a week, and what he gets up to in that week in the world. He's
What
just
did you think of
struggling
the
musician.
No spoilers for me, please.
No spoilers, Adam, but what did you think of the ending?
It was alright. It was like it just kind of came back around again, didn't it? It was kind of like you live and learn, don't you?
Well,
Yes. I
say
suppose.
no more. Say no more.
I also watched Her, which I
yes.
very much enjoyed.
Yeah, good film.
Yeah, it's a good film.
It was a bit weird in places when he's like having sex with your phone. I was like, "Whoa, what's happening here?" Like, I didn't realise it was going to go down this kind of tone.
Yes.
But it almost felt like the Lost in Translation should have been. I didn't very much enjoy Lost in Translation. I kind of
Still
didn't
haven't
really
seen
get it. But I felt this was like a better version of that. I also watched Zodiac.
Oh,
Great-
the Fincher
great film.
one.
Great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit annoyed you didn't actually find out who it was.
Well, that's true story, so why would you?
I know it's a true story, but it felt like I watched Daniel Blake as well.
Oh yeah, I really do want to see that.
It's a very good film, very hot.
I really want to see that.
It's just I watched Deadpool 2, Ben.
Oh, go on then, spit it out. What do you think?
Oh, better than the first film. It's not so much about Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. It's about other characters in the film. He brings more characters into it. I'm not going to talk too much because we didn't say spoilers for this. But yeah, he brings a lot more other characters into it, and I feel like the other characters are more rounded and more influenced, and it's got a better storyline and a story arc compared to the first film.
Do you know why I absolutely 100% definitively will not go and see that movie? Because my old friend Eddie Marsden is in it.
Oh
I think I said Eddie Redmayne earlier in the podcast. I meant Eddie
no, you
Marsden.
didn't.
No,
You said Eddie Marsden.
You said
Oh,
Marsden.
good. Yeah, he's in it as well, isn't he? So fuck that film.
And I've got 2 more. One, which is my favourite one out of all the ones I watched, was Stand By Me.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
I love
nice.
brilliant film.
What a film.
Very much enjoyed it. And the last film I watched was This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh my god, that's the best of the bunch.
I felt a bit I didn't get all the jokes with it.
It's like Office style humour, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is Office style. And there was a bit when he's talking about the amp and all the numbers on the amp. I thought that was absolutely
He's going
hilarious.
up to 11.
Yeah. And also, do you want to know a really cool fact?
Go on.
That when you go to rate it on IMDb,
Yes.
instead of giving you out of 10, it gives you the score out of 11.
Fuck off. Really?
Does it?
That's
If you
Does
do
it?
it on the mobile app, if you have to don't do it on the website, it doesn't work. But if you go on the mobile app and you go to rate it out of 10, it then
Yes.
says out of 11 on the thing.
Oh.
Which I thought
I've
was
just
a
gone on it on
brilliant touch.
IMDb. I've just gone on it on my laptop, and I can see that as well. Yeah, out
It's
of
a
11.
brilliant touch. You
That
can only
is a
give it out
very
of 10
nice
stars,
touch.
but it says out of 11. I thought it was
That's a very
fantastic.
nice touch.
That's great.
I enjoyed that film very much. I haven't seen it in.
It is a
ages.
funny film. I did enjoy it, and it is good fun. But I
Yeah, it was
didn't
good.
really get all the humours of it.
It was good. Wasn't great.
I enjoyed.
Hmm.
And Paulie Walnuts, what's been on your hit list?
I have watched Cloverfield Paradox.
Which one's that? The one with John
That's
Goodman
it.
or the one in
Is that the
Those-
Netflix one?
That's the new one, the Netflix one.
Oh, yeah.
Not the John
And?
Goodman one. The John Goodman one was okay, but it just ruined it because of the fact that you knew it was a Cloverfield film.
Yes.
But this one, do you know what it was?
What?
Bogus.
It was totally bogus. I have heard that it was pretty poor.
Yeah, it's really bad. It was all over the place and nonsensical.
Do you reckon it was
at
very
times.
rushed and put together really quick?
Yeah, it felt like it.
So was the Cloverfield monster in space or what? What was the deal?
It's basically how the Cloverfield monster came about.
And how? So it probably in some genetic splicing or something then.
No, it's not even about it. It's about more like messing with space and time and stuff like that. And opening up gateways to other universes and stuff like that.
No, tosh.
Yeah, pretty silly.
Yeah.
I watched the Belko Experiment.
Oh, go on then, son. What do you think?
I gave it a 7.
Oh yeah. But that's fair. I agree. I give it 7.
It was
It
enjoyable.
is on my list to watch as well. And it's quite a short film, so I probably will watch it quite soon.
Yeah, it was
It's good.
enjoyable. My favourite part out of it was I'm not gonna ruin it for Adam, but there's a bit right at the end where someone comes out of an elevator. Do you remember that? And something happens to them,
I think I remember. Yes.
and it's like just out of the blue, and because you think this person has a really long story arc,
Yes, I think.
and
remember
it
that,
just
yes,
like no, you don't have a story arc.
it's good. It's a good film.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun enough, considering that like the concept is kind of been done in other ways as well. It's not a totally
Yeah.
original idea, but the idea of setting it in that office block like that, it's
Yeah.
good.
And the ending was alright.
Yeah, do you like that ending?
Yeah, it was fine.
No, you weren't. That
It was kind.
impressed,
It was kind of like a Serbian film kind of ending where you
were you?
where it's
Yeah,
like-
but nowhere near as good as Serbian films ending.
yeah, yes, 100%. And I watched A Quiet Place.
Ah, go on.
Yes, I gave it an 8.
Ooh,
It's a very good horror film. The only thing that let it down was I think it should have had more content than it did. It was very simple.
Now tell me,
Yeah,
did
but
you go and watch it in the cinema or did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it in the cinema.
Were people quiet?
Yeah, they were. It was quiet. Everyone was
Were
quiet.
you rustling popcorn?
only the bit where there was loud noises.
I've heard
I
it's a
hate-
very, 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 very quiet.
Yeah, it's 100% very quiet. It is very quiet in the cinema.
Clues in the name, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's very tense.
Yeah, I can imagine it being a good thriller, but I can't imagine it being a great story.
It's got a great premise, but it needs more content.
I see.
Yeah. And that's it. That's what I've watched.
Well, that's a
Have
nice
you
little
watched-
hit list there.
Yeah.
Have you watched
I
anything,
tell you
Ben?
what I've watched. Yeah, I've watched in order of greatness. I watched for my sins. I watched Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights
Oh no.
on Netflix. Yes,
What did you
very
think?
stupid.
You've been watching a lot
I
of
enjoyed
comedies lately.
Sacha Baron Cohen. I know, mate. I don't know what's happening to me. I've watched a lot of shit comedy recently. It was. I enjoyed the Sacha Baron Cohen, and it got a few cheap laughs out of me. I don't know why. I watched it anyway. It was watched, and then I watched Falling Down for the
Oh,
first
yes.
time in a long time.
Oh,
The Michael
yes,
Douglas.
boy. Love it.
That's a great one, eh?
Such a good film.
Top of the pick, which I have not seen in so long. like 15, 16 years, which holds up so well and is one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best films. Right up there in the top 3. Terminator 2, this, and Kindergarten Cop. Can anyone guess what it is?
I have a pick of 2.
Expendables 2.
It's not Expendables 2.
True Lies.
No, although that is very good.
Okay, Last Action Hero.
No, it's none of them. It is Total Recall.
Oh, yes.
I'm actually looking at that right now. It's in front of me in my DVD collection. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's brilliant. I loved it as a kid. I remember watching it at like 7 or 8, which was far too young. And I watched it again the other day, and I was like, man, this holds up so well. It's such a good film, so well done. Really brutal for a 80s kind of somewhere, like 1990, so it's not quite 80s. But it was great to watch it again, and I loved it big time.
Schwarzenegger has done some great films.
Yeah, he has. Unfortunately, not so many recently. Although there was a film last year that was called Aftermath, which was him being like a normal guy. Just he works on a construction site, and his wife dies in a plane crash, and it's about him dealing with it.
Is this the one you compared to, what's his name, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler?
Yeah, sort of.
You said it's kind of his version of that film, like...
Yeah, it wasn't as good as The Wrestler, but it was pretty solid.
Oh, I might give that a watch.
Yeah. But they're the only films I watched.
I finished watching Safe, which is a TV series with Dexter in it.
Oh, was it any good?
Oh yeah, I haven't
It's
started
actually
that.
quite a good watch. It's a very interesting. It's kind of just a whole good, very Netflix one where they keep you on a cliffhanger each time. And I think I watched all 8 episodes in about 2 days.
I can't get over his accent because it's really bad.
It is really bad. It did annoy me a tad, but then I kind of just ignored it towards the end.
He talks like this, like, Samantha, where are you going? Are you going to call me when you come back out tonight?
To be fair,
Like,
that is one thing I will say about it, is the dialogue in it is cringy. Especially between kids.
I know.
I'm not watching it.
I've clocked all this from the trailer, son. I'm not watching it.
There was a part where they sat in the car, and he said, "Oh, you're going to contact her?" And she said, "No, I'm just going to DM her quickly."
Oh, I'm not watching it.
Oh God, no, that's horrible writing.
Anyway, we're going back to our last segment because I believe you got a question, haven't we, Paul?
Yes, we have got a letter.
Is it just the one?
Just the one. Let's have the roll the theme tune.
These 3 males just received emails.
Well, what are we supposed to do about it?
Fucking read them.
Okay, this question here is a question that everybody who has listened to the whole podcast wants to know the answer to. It is regarding Solo, and it's the one question that will be going through your head the whole time when you're watching that film. And what is the question, Paul?
This question is from Medway J on Instagram.
Medway J, okay, yeah.
And the question is, does Chewbacca have a human-looking dick or one of those red lipstick things dogs have?
Shouldn't even laugh at that. It's childish nonsense, but it's got to be the lipstick thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to go completely down the dog way. It's got to be.
I reckon it's a big lipstick.
It will be a lipstick thing.
A big
You
one.
probably never know because it's way too hairy down there.
Ugh. And smelly.
It's the lipstick thing.
It's got to be it.
It's a big lipstick the size of a lightsaber, a red lightsaber coming out.
Quite.
To be fair, it wouldn't be smelly,
fleshlight.
Paul, because he did have a shower with Han Solo halfway through the film.
Oh, that was weird. Did you find that weird?
That's unfortunate.
I thought that was a bit weird when he stepped into the shower. It was a bit like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
That was a little funny. Anyway, that brought the tone right down.
Yeah, we say lipstick.
Yeah, lipstick all the way.
One big lipstick.
It's been a fantastic podcast.
That is the end of the podcast.
It's been enjoyable. Thanks.
What do we do now, though, Ben? Paul, what do we do now? What about if we contact you?
Well, people can get in touch with us at FilmBusters Pod on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, or email us at filmbusters@outlook.com.
Sweet.
That's nice.
More questions like that one, please.
Yeah, we definitely want more questions like that.
We want to get to the true bottom what are happening in films. We want to answer the real shit that everyone's actually thinking about.
The real stuff. The real content.
Yes. Quite. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks for the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
That will be the next one.
Which looks like it's dinosaurs in a city, which Ben hated before, so it'd be interesting to see what happened there.
Or there could be ghost T-Rexes.
There could be a ghost T-Rex.
If there's a ghost T-Rex, it gets a 10 out of 10.
FilmBusters.